How we doing? So it's kind of cool. I want to say that right now, witnessing greatness, and even now, seeing a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential in everything that we do, and inevitably, if we can, I want to say that right now, if we can witness our potential in that moment, that was potential. And if we can figure out where potential went, inevitably we have the enchel or the T of the emple. And we reach a temple. And inevitably it's sovereignty in that way. A temple that allows us to be able to realize our greatness of ourselves, the greatness of our potential, and the greatness that we came this far. But inevitably, F, because AR, what does that mean? Inevitably, A. R is eel, electric, and I want to say real. If I could put that into perspective, I can get you to understand how great everything really is with its, we could say, potential. Inevitably, to teach an emple, which is what we all are. We are all an emple. Inevitably, we can always be equated to greatness, inevitably, in ultimate truth. Inevitably, an ultimate greatness, an ultimate witnessing oneself, witnessing truth, witnessing a masterclass special for greatness beyond understanding. And I want to say sovereignty is something that we think about. And of course, if we think about what a W it is, to not know what an AR means, inevitably you can realize we ain't G, inevitably ing, and warning. Most likely you may believe that your timelines are beyond your understanding, but inevitably you are outstanding. Inevitably we are all outstanding. Inevitably that was the sovereignty, that was the beginning, that was the sovereignty, the truth, the witnessing of greatness, the witnessing of potential. And honestly, with these sovereignties, with these graces, we can continue in the everlasting grace that life is. Inevitably, through its continuum, through its grace, through its T-eaching, or we could say R, reaching for more, reaching for greatness. We can replace that T with an R and replace that with greatness, replace that with potential. See the greatness of ourselves, see the enchel part reach itself to a T. Inevitably, we can understand that sovereignty is just the beginning. Inevitably, greatness is obviously what continues. And to con, to 10, you. I wouldn't 10 you. You're not a 10 man. I don't get it. So inevitably, I want to say sovereignty is greatness. Sovereignty is witnessing eternal truth. And I want to say that if O is Z, then you are outstanding. Inevitably, you're outstanding. Inevitably, you're outside sitting. Nothing greatness, nothing but it. And you could say the B is not a cause, it's just UT, under time. Inevitably, that's the sovereignty of it. And inevitably, with the sovereignty, with these ultimate graces, with these ultimate truth, is inevitably greatness and inevitably sovereignty beyond its understanding. And inevitably, sovereignty, grace, G, race. Inevitably, that sovereignty allows us more liberation, more grace. And G, race. Sounds like what we inevitably mean. If we believe that we are a T, which is temple, T, emple, inevitably we can know that with our greatness, G, race, is inevitably what we should be. Someone should be a T, OP. Inevitably, with these sovereignties, with these graces, with these ultimate truths, with these witnessing of itself, which is witnessing greatness, which is witnessing potential. Inevitably, these continuums allow us a lot of greatness. These continuums, a lot of blessings. Inevitably, we are outstanding. Inevitably, you are under time standing. Inevitably, you must realize that at the end of the day, Standing is our sovereignty. Standing is our truth. Standing is our eternal times test. Inevitably, we're all standing to time. Inevitably, we're all standing to time. We're all sovereign to time. We're all sovereign through time's grace. We're sovereign through time's greatness of witnessing itself. And inevitably, we are witnessing itself in this very moment. And I don't know if "oh" meant that I'm different or we are different, but I believe currently we are sovereign beyond our understanding, beyond our grace, and beyond our sovereignty, and beyond our understanding. Inevitably, I want to say that with the greatness, with the witnessing of oneself, obviously we can believe that we are greater for understanding. And I want to say I'm very proud. Inevitably, we are all unified through being understanding. Inevitably, we're all understanding to one another, all understanding in truth, all understanding in greatness, witnessing potential beyond itself, beyond its truth, and beyond its witnessing, beyond itself. Inevitably, we can be able to reach our potential beyond understanding, beyond itself. Inevitably, it is self. Inevitably, it's all self. Inevitably, that's the truth. So that's the eternal witnessing. That's the eternal grace, we could say, through everlasting grace, everlasting truth. And T, Ruth. I believe that T is Ruth. And I believe if you are I believe that if you're under time and it's real, inevitably you should have some out. So inevitably, everyone gets an out today. Inevitably, if you were ever alive, you are out. And inevitably, that's the sovereignty, that's the grace, that's the witnessing of eternal truth, that's the witnessing of eternal grace and mercy. And inevitably, with sovereignty, with greatness, we can inevitably realize that we are under time. Inevitably, no one's above time. No one's A and above. No one can be of time because, and there's always a cause. So inevitably, we must understand what goes on. We say G is on. Inevitably, we are G racing for itself. Inevitably, we are G racing for itself. Inevitably, that's the sovereignty. That's the real, we could say, W or old. Inevitably, the world is old. And inevitably, we are sovereign. I believe S is sovereignty. Sovereignty, you are over to a T. Inevitably, you're over to a T. And I'm realizing that sovereignty is grace, and sovereignty is witnessing itself, and sovereignty is a blessing beyond itself. And that's the grace, that's the G racing for itself. And inevitably, we must understand that time is in con 10, and you're G. So inevitably, I want to say sovereignty is a grace, is a truth. We can say, are you time? Yes. I believe you are time. Are Ruth. If we put a L on that, we could say P can L, a timeline. We can last. And I'm only asking the question. I-N-G. Are you G? Inevitably, are you G? Are you G enough for time? Are you G enough for time? Inevitably, that's the time that we currently reside in. And inevitably, that sovereignty is grace. The sovereignty is everlasting truth. The sovereignty is everlasting witnessing to itself. And inevitably, that sovereignty is grace itself. And sovereignty is grace, sovereignty is truth, and sovereignty is witnessing greatness beyond itself. Are you G to time? It's to I'm, and I'm just G. Inevitably, I'm just G. So inevitably, that sovereignty, that grace, that witnessing of itself is eternal truth, eternal witnessing, the it-nessing. I believe that nesting, inevitably I put a T, I-N-G. I'm T, eaching, every day. I could say teaching, are reaching for more. Or again, here we are. So I'm Morgan. Inevitably, I'm proud by the sovereignty. Inevitably, I'm proud. Inevitably, that sovereignty is ultimate grace, ultimate truth, and sovereignty is greatness. And I want to say, with that greatness and with that time streaming, you could say S streaming. I guess I'm trimming along. A long. We could say J earning. Journey. Inevitably K kneeing. I'm eing, realizing that ing. Inevitably ing enough. But I am G. So inevitably I am G. Inevitably, sovereignty is ultimate truth. Sovereignty is the witnessing of oneself. Sovereignty, or sovereignty, are you over time? Are you over it to a T? Can you get time to a T? Can you get time to T? Not OPing. Whoa, not POPing your timeline. Eing. I believe to oppose is to be OP and be outstanding. Inevitably, are you OP and outstanding? Inevitably, I'm not OP, I'm not overpowered. Inevitably, that's the ultimate truth. I can believe that overpowered is a beautiful word, but inevitably, I don't know what that means. So sovereignty is greatness. And inevitably, that ultimate truth is ultimate liberation. And that sovereignty is greatness. That sovereignty is witnessing greatness. Inevitably, that sovereignty is greatness. Inevitably, that sovereignty is just unified. Can you unify time to a T? Can you realize time teed? Tedious, teaching, and Tretch, or us, inevitably realizing we're a treasure. Inevitably, we're all treasure to time. And inevitably, we're all treasures to time. Can you get time to a T to where it can, we could say, stop. Realizing it's S ranked and OP to a T. Inevitably, that's the word stop. Inevitably, with these sovereignties, with these graces, and with these ultimate truths, and with these sovereignties, with these greatnesses, inevitably with these sovereignties, with these greatnesses, and inevitably with these greatnesses, sovereignty is greatness. Inevitably, with greatness, inevitably you must be G. To be greatness, you must be G. To be great, to ness and have wit to it. Inevitably, you must have wit to your greatness. There cannot be a ness. If I add a M to that, that's a miss. Why are we missing? Inevitably, we are all treasures of time. Why are we all missing things? Inevitably, why am I missing the ant that A and T? Why am I missing the ant that I just saw a second ago? Why am I missing him? Where did he go? Inevitably, that sovereignty is greatness for itself, and inevitably, I believe greatness is just sovereignty itself. Inevitably, greatness is beyond itself. Inevitably, you must be G to race. Are you an ace? Are you a G as an ace? I believe we are all aces at the time. We are all treasures to time. We are all aces to time. Inevitably, time knows we are all aces. Inevitably, it's not just magic. It's the agic part. If I put a T to that, why is it tragic? Why is what happened to an ant tragic? Why is what happened to we can see a bug? Is it because? Is there a cause to what happened to the bug? What are all the causes that happens to bugs? What are all the causes that happens to being? I see a rabbit. That has an H to it. For the people of Zion to realize that there's habits involved in everything that goes on. Sovereignty is greatness. Sovereignty is witnessing itself. Sovereignty is being a G, being an ace. Inevitably, are you G as an ace? Are you great to wit? Can you outwit time? Inevitably, can you outwit time? Can you explain to time why a bug is not there anymore? Can you outwit time? Can you outwit the time to wit the nesting of what nurturing is, the nurture part of it, which is not something that can be explained, though, and that cannot be explained that. And inevitably, with the sovereignties and the greatness of itself, to be sovereign through greatness, to be sovereign to times, to realize that you are a G as an ace. You're a G to, right? It's R. We can say you're not an eel. You're not electric. Time is not electric. Time is not electric. Time is not lightning. It's not a lightning core. Can you C or D downplay what's happening? Can you downplay it all? Inevitably, with the sovereignty and the greatness of it, that's the greatness. And with the greatness of it, inevitably, to be sovereign is to witness. Can you outwit time when it comes to explaining what happened to a bug? Inevitably, if I told Bruce Wayne, Joe needs to chill, inevitably, you should realize that Joe needs to chill. Inevitably, Joe needs to chill. Inevitably, Joe needs to chill. If Joe cannot chill, what happens to being a rooster roaring, preaching, and being a teacher, and witnessing greatness? Inevitably, that sovereignty, that's greatness. That sovereignty, that liberation. Whether you hate it or not, it's Asian. And you could say, are you Gen? G easing it? Are you generation? Or are you ending? Inevitably, D, which is probably you, ING. So inevitably, I'm not G enough to outwit time. I'm not G enough to outwit time. Am I G enough to outwit time? Can that be explained? No, I cannot outwit time. I cannot explain what happened to an ant. I cannot explain what happened to a bug because what was the cause of it? Well, then you can explain it. Inevitably, that's the sovereignty. That's the greatness. That's the blessing. And what's the cause of B? If I'm B, what's my cause? What's my cause to reality? What am I causing to reality? If time can explain that in 1 second, then everything's realized. What is this person causing to reality? Inevitably, can you explain through time to a portal? Can you explain to time through a portal? Can you outwit time with a portal? Let's say that everybody has a portal, and the day you step on, inevitably, can you explain time through a portal? Like, if I was time for 1 second, and you explain to me to a portal why you stepped on a bug, and I say, I can't outwit that for you. Inevitably, outwitting time is not real. So you cannot outwit time, meaning you cannot be over time winning. Inevitably, that's the grace behind everything. Inevitably, so sovereignty is realizing greatness for yourself. Inevitably, with this greatness, with these changes, inevitably greatness is sovereignty. If I can explain to this lizard, which you probably were able to observe for 1 second, if I can explain to time for 1 second, would I feel special to time for outwitting it? No. Inevitably, with these greatnesses, with these pieces, with these understandings, with these aspects to represent oneself, we can understand that outwitting time is not real. If we can get to explain to time through a portal why you stepped on a bug and you had one portal, everybody today had one portal. If everybody held themselves accountable, everybody saw all this beauty and figured out what happened, and they were over time to explain it, meaning you are over to time. Inevitably, you don't owe anything. Inevitably, with that sovereignty, with that greatness, can you explain to time through a portal why you stepped on a bug? Can you outwit time? Are you over time winning? Inevitably, we are over time winning. Inevitably, with our greatness, with our truth, we are over time winning. If everybody can explain why they stepped on a bug, then if you can explain why that bug is alive, then you're over time winning. That bug has time. Everybody has time. Everyone has time. Are you one with life, or are you this stance? Do you have this stance on life? Do you have this stance every day on life? Inevitably, if you all had a portal to time, and inevitably you are able to explain to time why you are over time winning. Maybe in some way Joe can chill. Maybe Joe has no time to chill because everybody's stepping on this all day. Inevitably, maybe there was a day where we realized we were all in 1 second standing, even our aunt and the accessory that they were doing. We are over time winning. If everybody can explain why they stepped on a bug, then if you can explain why that bug is alive, then you're over time winning. That bug has time. Everybody has time. Everyone has time. Are you one with life, or are you this stance? Do you have this stance on life? Do you have this stance every day on life? Inevitably, if you all had a portal to time, and inevitably, you are able to explain to time why you are over time winning. Maybe in some way Joe can chill. Maybe Joe has no time to chill because everybody's stepping on this all day. Inevitably, maybe there was a day where we realized we were all in 1 second standing, even our aunt and the accessory that they were doing. Inevitably, or not the accessory, or a story. Inevitably, our ancestors were doing things. Inevitably, our ancestors were always doing things. Inevitably, do all of our ancestors need to have our explanation when it comes to us doing life? Doing the ing part? I'm not G enough to explain to time, then explain it that way. I'm not G enough to be real with you. I'm not G enough to be real with time. Inevitably, that's the sovereignty, that's the grace, that's the beauty, that's the witnessing itself. And inevitably, that's the greatness. And inevitably, that's the greatness beyond understanding. And inevitably, that's the journey. If you all had a portal to time, and you all get to witness or outwit time, everybody gets a chance to outwit time. Let's say one day, you all have a portal to time just because of us, just because of what we represent, which is always going to be you first. Inevitably, you all have a portal first to time. Inevitably, time is everything. So inevitably, are you over time winning? Meaning you're over time above, seeing the ants, seeing the bugs, seeing the daily life every day, and seeing that in some way you are over them. Meaning you're above them. In some way you're unique because you're above them. Inevitably, can you explain to time why you're over time winning? Are you over time winning? Are you outwitting time? Are you a W as it? Inevitably, are you witting time? I'm W, itting it. I'm just itting life. I'm it. Inevitably, I'm it. So let's say today I'm it. I have a portal to time, and I explain why I'm over time winning, meaning I didn't step on anything today, and inevitably I won today. I'm W because I'm on. I get to be on today.
on to be able to explain my liberation, on to be able to explain the joy of my freedom, always on to be able to explain the greatness of my life story and be able to talk to the people every day. But there was a day where unfortunately I missed being able to see for 1 second because somebody blinded me. It could be my neighbors. Are they boring? No, they're not. No. Nay, they're not. So they're not end over time. It just end. To me, my neighbors are end. They're all end. And inevitably, if I was outstanding, I can be like, no, I'm not going to talk to my neighbors. I'm not going to try to get involved with them. I'm not going to try to outwit them. I'm not W. I'm not it. I'm not W. I'm not a W person. I'm not a W man. I'm not a W brother, sister, special person. Inevitably, if I'm W over time, if I'm over time, and I get to explain to it through a portal that I shouldn't be punished because I saved all of this today. I saved all of light today, and I outwitted it. Meaning I can explain as a W person to it through a portal, maybe for the grace of 1 second, maybe we're all outwitting time. Inevitably, we can all explain through the grace that we had why we deserve to be above in some way. Maybe we're not under time. Maybe we're above time. Let's say that. And inevitably, that's the greatness, that's the witnessing, and that's the sovereignty. And inevitably, that's the greatness. Inevitably, are you great to nest? Can you nest in life? Everybody's nesting. Everybody's nesting in some way. We're all nesting. We need nurturing. Inevitably, that's what nature taught us and brought to us. Nurturing. And I'm here to wit all of it. I can outwit nature. And maybe you can as well. Maybe we can all outwit nature. Let's say all of us were able to outwit nature. Inevitably, can we all outwin nature to a T? Can you get it down to a T? Inevitably, can you get it down to teach? Inevitably, or we are reaching for more. Inevitably, can nature give you more? Can nature reach to give you more? Inevitably, that's the sovereignty, that's the grace. Inevitably, that's the greatness, that's the witnessing of oneself, that's the witnessing of greatness and infinite potential. Inevitably, we all have infinite potential. Let's say for 1 second we were all alive. Everything recorded was ever always alive. And inevitably, we're all able to be teaching each other. Or let's say that for 1 second we were all alive. Can we outwit all of it? Can we outwit all of it? Can we be W to it? Can we be W to nature? Can we be W to it? Can we be a W person to nature? Can we be a W person to nature for 1 second? If we can all be a W person to nature, how would that change life for the greatness of 1 second for everlasting truth and everlasting freedom, which nature is everlasting? Because it's everlasting. It's everything. And I'll be completely honest, I am G. Inevitably, I'm not G enough to nature. I'm not G enough to nature. I cannot survive in nature I cannot survive in nature one day. I'm not a G. Inevitably, I cannot survive in nature without day. I need my community. I need my people. I need the greatness of myself. I need the greatness of my people. And if I can explain to time, to a portal, through a portal, if I can explain to time like there was a portal, inevitably, I would outwit time. I would outwit time. I would try my best to outwit time. I'd be funny about what I was doing. I would say I was clumsy, I was nervous, it was nerve-wracking, it's a difficult experience, but I'm ready for more of myself. I'm ready to unlock more potential of myself. I'm ready to unlock my potential. I don't have time to teach a lot of people, but I have time to unlock my potential. And maybe I'm a W person somewhere. Inevitably, we're all sovereign through grace, through witnessing itself for itself, and inevitably, can we all outwit time? Inevitably, can we all explain to time that we're learning? Inevitably, can we explain to time that we're learning through everlasting grace, through everlasting transcendence, and everlasting grace of witnessing oneself every single day of our course?